Hello, guys, and welcome back to the 7th episode of the 1% podcast. It's been too long, but I'm finally done exams. I'm here with Rachel today.
Hi.
Hi, are you done exams?
Yeah, I just finished my last exam.
Exactly. It's the break now, so it's time to record podcast. So you guys can't see in the picture, but she has the two ponytails that are so small you can't even see them. And apparently it's a style. You say your friends do that too?
Yeah, I'm not the only person who does this hairstyle.
It's the first time I see it.
I think it's a pretty normal hairstyle. I don't know.
Nah, I think it's kind of weird, but I guess it's fine. So, catching up in 2019 or whatever I missed, there's been a Cybertruck that came out since the last podcast, and that was the biggest deal I've ever heard. It was such a big deal. Do you know anything about it?
I don't know too much about it. I understand that it's very fuel efficient and shit. That's not right, is it? I don't know anything about it.
It's an electric car.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, the design was crazy. I could talk about it for so long, but what's crazy is that they spend $0 in advertising, and they make this joke looking of a car, and the next day, I swear, my grandma emailed me to tell me to check out the truck. Tesla's genius. So I watched the whole live stream. It was 40 minutes long or whatever, and the whole live stream, I thought the truck was a joke. I thought they were saying the real specs, but they were gonna pull out the real truck after. And then the live stream ended, and I was in shock for 30 minutes. I couldn't believe that was the real truck because it looks so crazy to all the other trucks.
Well, yeah, it became a meme for weeks afterwards.
Exactly, but that's so smart because when Apple came out with AirPods, there was so many memes about it. People using them as dental floss and putting them in their nose and everything. And since then, they're the best-selling earphones of all time.
It's true.
Let's hope Tesla makes the same thing.
Yeah.
It does look crazy though, but that whole night I was in such shock. I couldn't sleep. I FaceTimed my cousin. I talked about it. He was like, "Nick, I think it's legit." And it took me a few hours to realize that was the real truck, but
I mean, yeah, I still think some people think it is fake. It doesn't even look like anything you've seen before.
It looks like a Roblox truck. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, but it's crazy that Elon doesn't let anyone down. He said he's gonna make a truck that looks nothing like nothing else, some Cybertruck from the future. And that's exactly what he did. Yeah. So that should come out in 2 years maybe in the future sometime. Sure. So last time we hung out, we watched a documentary together. Wow, I love to watch those, but we watched The Game Changers. Do you remember?
I hope I remember it.
Yeah, it was pretty much about all these super big athletes, not big in size, famous athletes that are vegan pretty much. So by vegan we mean they eat plant-based protein, and it was there's so much I could talk about because there's a lot of people for it, a lot of people against. It's a big conversation. So what do you want to talk about?
I guess just the rise in plant-based diets for most people, and how it's changing how we eat meat and just regular diets.
Yeah, what about for you? What are you eating right now?
For me, I try to focus on only eating chicken and turkey is more lean meats as opposed to pork or anything else. I've never really liked fish, but I understand it's a really lean meat and really good for you. So
yeah, okay, so you avoid fat.
Yeah, fatty meats.
Fatty meats. Okay, that's smart. So the movie kind of started off. It was Arnold Schwarzenegger. I always confuse him with the soccer player Schweinsteiger. Okay, whatever. It was the huge bodybuilder from a few decades ago. He used to eat I don't know how many pounds of meat a day, and he was the biggest and the strongest for his time. And then since then he's turned vegan, and he has a show I think where he talks about vegetarian food or something, and it's crazy because back in the day it was so looked upon to be a man you had to eat meat, and that's why he did it until he did his research and turned vegan. I find that crazy because he's known for eating meat and everything.
Yeah, it used to be marketed that meat was what bodybuilders do, what athletes do, how they build their muscles, but now they're starting to show that it was all a marketing campaign and you don't actually need the meat to get the protein.
Exactly, I agree with that. So it's it was all advertising pretty much. It wasn't a real reality. So I found that really interesting. And this entire show kind of started, there's this fighter that trains people in the army, and he got injured for a while, so he started doing all this research about meat. He spends thousands of hours reading about nutrition and recovery, and I'm into both of those things because I think if you're an athlete, it's super important. So there's also, so it starts off like back in the day for gladiators that would fight. You found out that most of them were on plant-based diet, and that's kind of crazy because like if they're fighting lions and they're eating broccolis and they're like strong enough to fight lions, what do gladiators do? Do they fight each other, or
they fight each other and they fight lions. They just fight to the death, basically.
Do they fight those rhinos? No, those bulls? Is that
I guess so. I don't know.
Oh, who knows? But gladiators like pretty legit. That's like the old days before boxing and stuff. So I just went upstairs to ask my parents to be quiet, and Rachel didn't even know I spoke French.
I knew you spoke French. I just didn't realize you like spoke it to your parents and stuff. Like I speak French, but I don't talk to my parents in French.
Like I can't believe it. Like we've been friends for like a few months now.
I didn't know
you
that.
You didn't even know I spoke French. Okay, whatever. So like I pretty much catfish her now. I came back and you were so shocked. I was confused. So yeah, so in the movie there's like bunch of like examples of like famous people that you expect to be on meat diets or whatever, and they're vegan or using vegetable protein. So one of them was this weightlifter that broke like American records. I didn't know him personally. And then there's a quote which I kind of believe. So here's my point on like being vegan. I know some people, I used to not care about it. For a few years ago I was like, okay, it's for girls, whatever. I couldn't care less when I was like innocent. So now I know like it's for some people, it's definitely not for some. I'm gonna try it out. It sounds cool. It's definitely not for everyone. So I'm looking to try it out. Whenever I start meal prepping and whatever, I'll try to go vegan for a while. So there's this cyclist that was like, seemed like legit. And she said, when I went plant-based, I wasn't sure I was gonna survive, and I became like a machine. And like I kind of feel the same. Like it feels like, how can you survive on like veggies and stuff? But
I think like the main point of the movie was that it proved that animals get their protein and their iron from all the vegetables that they eat. So why would it be?
Remember that?
Yeah. So why would it be any different for us? Like why would we have to get our iron from the animals when they're just getting it from their vegetables? Why not just skip the middleman and go straight to vegetables?
That's exactly what they said during the movie. So they were saying like you get it from the original source. That way you get more nutrients or whatever. You don't need like an animal to eat the grass or whatever. And then there's another like bodybuilder that someone asked him, how can you get as strong as an ox without eating meat? And he replied, have you ever seen an ox eating meat? Why'd you laugh at that? It's true.
It's very true. It's just, it was a good point, honestly.
It's crazy, right? And also another big thing recently, Lewis Hamilton won his like 6th Grand Slam or whatever championship. I don't know what it's called in the F1, but like this guy's a legend, winning 6 championships of any sport. That's crazy. So this guy's like heading up there in the history books, and we found out that he's vegan. He says pretty much that it gives him more energy. He feels better and he gets more energy from like being a vegan diet. So I'm definitely gonna try it out this winter. Do you know some of the other people that were in the movie?
I don't remember any of the specific names.
So there's Chris Paul. He's a basketball player, if you guys have heard of him. There is Novak Djokovic. He's a really big tennis player right now. And the whole movie is pretty much about the misconception that you need meat to perform at the highest level, pretty much. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it turns out, so we actually watched Joe Rogan. He had a huge debate with this guy that was talking about his peanut butter sandwich. And he compares the protein. So it's kind of hard to explain, but I'll do my best. So pretty much, like if you eat meat and like milk and stuff, milk gives you calcium really easily. If you were going to get calcium from veggies, you need to eat like 3-4 times as much. It's really hard. So the reason why a lot of people aren't vegan is that if you take your regular plate, you have meat, you have veggies, whatever else, and you just took away the meat, you wouldn't have enough nutrients from just your veggies. So you really have to adapt your diet. So you add veggies, you get used to it. You can't just remove the meat from your current diet and survive. Like,
yeah, you need something to supplement that. You need like a plant-based like meat diet, you know. Yeah. You can't just take it away and continue on less food. You need to add more. So
like if you're eating tacos instead of meat, you go to brown beans. It's not just like veggies, it's brown beans, it's soy milk, it's a bunch of stuff like that, just plant-based. So yeah, that's pretty much what the movie was about. They also did like blood tests of like people that had meat protein in their blood versus not, and they showed like how much more liquid your blood is from like vegan based diets. Pretty much, I guess you have more energy, you can perform better. It makes sense. The more like thin your blood is, the more it can flow easily, whatever that word is.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then Joe Rogan had this guy on his podcast that was so into his vegan diet.
Oh my god, yeah.
He started comparing all the food. So he was saying if you have a peanut butter sandwich, it has like 18 grams of protein. If you have 3 eggs, it's 18 grams. If you have like 1 cup of quinoa, was it?
I think so.
No, lentils.
Lentils, yeah.
Whatever, it's pretty much the same thing. And like all of these have pretty much as much protein as like meat or chicken, meat, whatever you usually get. So like it is possible to get as much protein from vegetables. You just won't find it. I don't know what I'm saying.
I think the point they were trying to make was that like you think you're only getting protein from meat, but you get protein in lots of the other food you just eat on a daily basis. So if you just added more vegetables, added more things with protein, then you wouldn't need meat in the first place.
Exactly. I agree with that. That's well explained. So I'm going to try it out during the break. Probably after Christmas dinners, because that would be easier. And then I'm actually going to try it out for a week. If it doesn't work out, then I won't do it. But I'm not going to be lazy. I'm actually going to meal prep. I'll try it out for at least a month. Unless I go to the hospital, I'll stop. But I think it's a good idea if I want to take my performance to the next level. Like, there's 2 reasons to be vegan. You can do it for the environment. Like, I don't want to kill animals. And you can do it for performance. Like, kind of like, I'm leaning more towards the performance side. But if it helps out our environment and it saves the cows or whatever, the dogs.
It's not that. It's more about like the CO2 emissions that they produce on farms. Like they have a much higher carbon footprint than like humans themselves. So
cows
like
are terrible.
if you don't if you don't participate in eating cows, then you're not participating to like the farming of it and all the greenhouse gas emissions there.
Yeah, I agree. But is there also a part where like I don't want to eat dogs?
I mean, yeah, that's like a moral reason. If you don't want to eat animals because you don't want to kill them, that's a whole other thing.
And some religions, that's some of their moral, right?
Yeah, some of them are moral. Like if like Muslims, they don't eat pork because
it's like a dirty meat. Like
I
think
it's
that's
like
why pigs are like nasty. Like they roll in mud. Like we can't eat that.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, that's very interesting. So TikTok's been blowing up.
Oh my god.
It's been blowing up for a few months, but I don't know. Now is the time that I'm realizing that it's huge. I feel like it came out like 2 years ago, maybe. I don't know.
Honestly, I feel like it's been out for a while, but it only maybe just got recent, like a month or 2 ago. Like it got like really, really big to the point where like it was probably big. It's the biggest social media right now.
Yeah, I think it's like a few months ago it blew up, and there's people that already have like 15 million followers.
Oh yeah, there are people like
few years.
Oh my god.
It's crazy. So I really have to hop on that trend. And it's crazy. I tried it out last week. I uploaded 1 clip playing soccer, just shooting, and in 1 hour I got like 300 views with 0 followers. I still don't understand that.
I think that's like how people get followers. Is just like TikTok isn't just exclusive to like who follows you. It opens up your videos to everyone. Yeah. So people have the opportunity to see all the videos no matter how many followers you have.
The way TikTok works in the back end is they say they use artificial intelligence like a lot more than other companies. So they like take all the information from what you like, from how long you watched the video, from who you follow, stuff like that, and they really like recommend exactly what you want to watch. So apparently I've heard people get addicted to it more than like Instagram or other apps. I don't know if that's the thing.
Well, yeah, I think because like it's recommending stuff that you like, so you continue to watch more and more stuff that you like.
Yeah, that makes sense. And even building the video, like I don't have to edit the video. I put 3 soccer clips, and it cut them for me, and I put a song that matched exactly with the video. Yeah. So like the intelligence for doing that, it's so easy to make a TikTok. You just put clips together, you take the first recommended song, you add a caption if you want, and like 300 views. Like it's a really smart social media. So I think they're the future. Honestly, I'm probably gonna put more attention to TikTok than Instagram right now if I want to grow my clout.
Your clout. Oh my god.
So we're gonna be trying that. I have a friend that has like 9 or 10. No, I think it's 11 TikToks. And she's at like 80,000 followers.
Jesus.
That's crazy. It just takes 1 to blow up. You get a few million views. Yeah. And then you're huge. And there's also features. Can you add filters and stuff?
I don't know, actually.
There's a bunch of effects. You can like react to TikToks. You can like collab like side by side. So we're definitely gonna try it out. If I make an account, I'll share it to you guys so you can see my cringy videos. But I find like the biggest issue is that it's mainly for like dancing TikTok. So
yeah, I think it's like the whole like appeal of like music and just like a quick fun dance is like that's like the biggest part of it right now. I think
it's crazy how like similar it was to
Musically and like I think Vine too. Or Vines were more jokes, but like they all kind of replaced each other. You know?
They're all similar. I agree, but I'm gonna try to make it all like I can't dance for shit. So if I try dancing, it's just gonna be funny. I guess that works, but I'd rather do like kind of like short vlog stuff with cool music. I think that's what I'm gonna try to do. That's probably more fun to me, but we're definitely gonna try it out because I'm gonna blow up on TikTok.
You just know it.
I might even put this podcast on TikTok. Who knows? Do people watch that?
I guess so. I don't know.
Then I have to film the podcast, I guess. Okay, so back to the game changers. I think that was pretty much it. There's also an example. There's a football team. I didn't know them, but it was the Tennessee's football team. So they're in the NFL. So like that's the highest level you can play. And apparently they had like their best season ever. It was really cool in the show how they showed it. And almost half the players on the team were on vegan diets, getting like their own vegan chef, and the team did amazing. So like these football players were saying being vegan helps you a lot to recover, and in football, if you're a football player, you're like guaranteed to get hurt at some point in your career. So some of those players were saying like, we're gonna go vegan, you can recover faster from practices, from injuries and stuff like that. And if you're getting paid millions to play, you want to be on the field, you don't want to be on the bench. So
I mean, yeah, like if you can recover faster, that's definitely going to be a lot better for the team.
Yeah, it makes sense. So we're going to try it out. Okay, so if I'm not wrong, you're an architecture student, right?
Yeah, see.
Okay, at least I know that. So you're second year?
Yeah.
Okay, you're the same age as me. That's good to know. So what's your favorite building in the world?
My favorite building, that's too broad of a statement. I don't think I could pick one particular building.
What's your favorite building in Canada?
In Canada, I mean, just personally, I love like the architecture building at Carleton. Like, it's my favorite building.
My God, you're a loser. No, you have to pick like the CN Tower or like buildings in Vancouver.
Oh God.
Do you design those? Like, what do you learn at school?
We learn how to design buildings.
What is that, drawing?
Yeah. So like first year we learned about just like the creative aspect of design, and like this year we're learning about the conventions of it, so like how to lay out a floor plan and how to put stairs in and shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What's kind of interesting, like architecture is like the opposite of engineering. Like architecture, you design something, and like engineering, you build it. So if you want to like design something really hard or complicated, it sucks for the engineers because it's so hard for them.
Yeah.
But if like you do something easy, then like it's easy to build and stuff like that. So like, do you like it? Is it fun?
I love it. Yeah.
I can't get it. It seems like a drawing class. You get like a special ruler with like different units.
Oh my God.
I don't get that ruler. So instead of using metric system or like inches for whatever US uses, it's like, what are the units? I don't get it.
We just use metric system.
Do you?
Yeah, metric
centimeters.
Well, yeah. I understand that like some architects use like their own measurements just because like architecture uses both metric and imperial system, and so you're constantly flipping back and forth through the two of them, and it gets to be a real pain, so they just kind of use their own version sometimes.
Oh, I get it.
But like when you're drawing and like you're trying to draw to scale and stuff, you definitely just try and use like a real system like metric or imperial.
So do you know how tall doors are?
I mean, they're usually like 180 centimeters or something, I think.
What is that 6 feet?
No.
There's no way a door is 6 feet. Let me try it out, guys. I'll be right back.
It should be about like 6. It should be like 6'2". I don't know. I can't remember.
Doors are like 6'3", guys.
I'm still learning this, okay?
I just tested it out. She's wrong.
These are the conventions I'm learning.
And I've seen new houses. We've been shopping for a house just for fun, and there's houses with like 7-8 feet doors.
Well, yeah, if you have double height ceilings, then you can just make the doors bigger if you want.
I guess, but okay, wow, you're pretty shitty of an architect. You don't know how tall doors are.
Second year.
How tall are roofs? Do you know?
Usually like 3 meters. but obviously
Which
they can
is-
be bigger.
Oh, okay. I guess 1.8 is a door. Okay.
No.
Okay. I don't know why we're talking about this. What went wrong with the Leaning Tower of Pisa? Why is that falling?
Well, that was just like they didn't look into like the foundation of it. They didn't realize that the ground was way softer than it was, and they tried to build this enormous heavy structure on it, and so it started to tilt.
Oh,
and
that makes sense.
Yeah, and then they just kind of, because it was such a huge building and they weren't going to deconstruct it, they found ways to like reinforce the foundation and then just make it so it can stay up like that.
Oh, that's what it is right now? Is it close to the public?
No, it's open to the public. I'm
really?
pretty sure.
You can
yeah.
walk in there?
I don't know for sure if you can go in it, but I know you can for sure see it.
Okay, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. You actually know your stuff. I'm impressed. And like, it doesn't seem that big in pictures, but it's like, how tall is it? Like 8 floors or something?
Oh, I have no idea, but it's definitely pretty big.
Okay, that's interesting. And also, I just remembered, I saw this show once, or this YouTube video. It was this architect. It was about some cathedral in Spain, I think. Is it like Spain has really fancy buildings and stuff?
Well, yeah, Spain's got a lot.
And it's about this building they've been building for like over 100 years.
Oh, the Sagrada Familia by
I
Antoni
think-
Gaudi.
Yeah, that rings a bell. I think it's that one. And
Yeah.
it's interesting that he made like a model, like a super small model,
Mhm.
like 1/2000 size. And at first, this was like early like 20th century, so this was impressive. He would hang these little bags on like every structural like point, and there's all these bags. Like there was a picture with like thousands of bags on every point to like calculate like all the stress levels and stuff. Like 100 years ago, doing that would have been crazy. Now you just like use a computer, 3D model.
Yeah, you can honestly just put that into like any like Autodesk file and it would tell you the structural integrity of
Yeah,
the
but-
building, but he had to do it all by hand and like by modeling and stuff.
And it's crazy the size of it and the details like he spent on it. So I think he spent like 20, 30, 40 years or something building it, and like he passed away, so someone took over.
Mhm.
And they're still not finished like the cathedral. It's crazy because
No.
you have materials from 100 years ago that are like completely different colors now. Like a white from 100 years ago is like gray or whatever, brown now.
Yeah.
And like before they had to assemble everything like on site, and now they can build it off site and just like use a crane to put it on top or whatever. So
Yeah.
like it's kind of crazy. It's been so long they're building this that all the techniques completely change, and they kind of have to guess what that guy's vision was and like
Mhm.
create his dream. But like it's such a masterpiece. It's just
It is. They projected it was going to be finished like so many different times. I think they said that it was going to be finished in like 2000 and then 2010 and 2011, and it's like now I think it's like 2022 or something. I don't know, but it
Jeez.
kind of sounds like it's never going to be finished.
I don't think it's ever gonna finish. They're just gonna keep making it taller. I
Yeah.
don't know. Because there's also like always renovation if it takes that long and stuff, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, so another interesting thing, we live in Canada. Weed's legal now. But what if you got arrested for smoking weed? I don't know shit about drugs, but what if you're in jail because of weed and now it's legal? Like at first I thought it was stupid, like you got arrested, but like what's your thought about it? Like,
Well, I know like when they announced it like a year prior to actually being legal, they
Yeah.
kind of got a lot more chill about it. You know, they kind of
Really?
stopped. Yeah, they kind of stopped arresting people, stopped charging them for weed and stuff because they knew it was
okay,
like
it makes
they
sense.
definitely tried to shut down all like the illegal like
trafficking.
like the selling of it, but
Yeah.
like people like owning it and possessing it and like smoking it. They
consuming
kind of
it
yeah,
for
they kind of
yourself,
didn't
basically.
really. They were
Okay,
a lot
that's
more chill
interesting.
about it.
Because like thinking about it, if you're in jail for something that was illegal and now it's legal, like that must feel so shitty.
I mean, it would be, but I don't know how many people actually went to jail for just smoking it. Definitely for
Yeah.
selling it, which is
Yeah,
still illegal
yeah.
today unless you have a
Okay.
license.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
But like, is it comparable to anything else? Like what if you were like drinking alcohol back in the time and then it was prohibition? Okay, whatever.
I guess you would just be like released. I don't
I'm
know.
so bad at life. I just one night I thought about this and I like felt bad for all the drug dealers and stuff.
I mean, it's a fair assumption, honestly.
Like I'm not included into this, but I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I watch a lot of YouTube. Another thing I watched yesterday is about like moderators on Twitter, Instagram, all these social media. So pretty much like when there's a bad picture with whatever violence, rape, whatever, you can report that picture, and there's a team over there that analyzes all these like terrible videos, and they were saying you're only supposed to be working that job 1 to 2 hours a week, because if you're looking at rape, child porn, all this abduction, like that would play a huge like effect into your moral life, and like it's actually like unethical to make someone watch that. And apparently like they were making people do that job for like 5-6 hours, and people were like going crazy.
Yeah, and it's a pretty gruesome job to have to do that.
Yeah, like the side effects of like watching rape and like 3-year-old kids like going through like terrible stuff, like in our lives, like it's not that big of a deal because you see it rarely, but if you're seeing that for hours and hours straight, like that would influence you so much, and
it'd be traumatizing.
Yeah, I never thought about it. It wasn't at my attention until now, and then I realized some people have to go through that, and that must be such a terrible job.
Yeah.
And like the way these big companies were like telling these people they're doing a good job, they're saying, well, if you detect it, if you're seeing this picture, so others don't have to see it. So like they're trying to play you as like the good guy, like you're saving all these people, like they don't have to see it. But
I mean, I guess it's the same thing with like police officers and stuff. Like they might see some, or like, I don't know, paramedics, they might see some gruesome stuff, but they're doing it to save people, you know?
But police officers, you don't spend like
hours they wouldn't spend as much time,
you
obviously.
See it once in a while, like you have a regular life still.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting. Do you like being busy in general, or would you rather have free time?
I mean, like every time I'm really busy, all I want is free time. But then as soon as I have free time, I want to keep myself busy. So
that's not how it works. But I think you were pretty bored today. I was like, come over, let's do a podcast. And are you happy that you're busy, or would you rather be doing nothing?
No, I'd rather be doing this for sure.
Okay, so you like being busy. That's good. Can we talk about getting catfished?
Sure.
It doesn't include you, don't worry. But
good.
Something I realized, okay, if you haven't met someone in person and you're snapping them, I've seen someone having a nose piercing on the right side, and like you talk to them for a few weeks. Oh, I guess you have a piercing, I didn't realize, but you see their piercing on the right side, and then you see them in person, and it's on the left side, and they look like a completely different person. That bothers me so much. Why is it like that?
Just your camera flips it. I don't see why it would look any different.
I guess so, but I think so. If you take a Snapchat, I think the camera flips it, but if you're on FaceTime, I don't think it flips it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I think Snapchat flips it, but like just regular cameras don't usually flip it.
Or is it the camera app that flips it? I don't know. It's one of the two. So it pisses me off because it actually happened to me once. I went to like meet up with this girl for the first time. Was it you?
I don't know.
I think it was it?
I don't know.
Like a few months ago. And then I like realized like it looked like someone different. I just find that's crazy.
I hope it wasn't me.
I think it was you.
I hate you.
Why does Snapchat do that? Come on, Snapchat. Do you think about death often?
No. Oh my god.
It's crazy. I realize I get so many ideas like the minute I'm going to bed. Whenever I try to fall asleep, I get like a crazy ton of ideas. Does that happen to you?
No.
Like that's when like my brain like focuses on important stuff in life, and like I just want to get up and write stuff down every night. So I'm gonna try to have like some silent time in my life. Like maybe yoga's good for that, or like
meditation,
going running, just having like silence time, like stopping whatever you're doing in your day for like 5 or 10 minutes, just like having like let your imagination run wild, think about cool stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna try that. But I wanted to ask you, which way would you rather die? From drowning, burning in a fire, getting choked, or getting beheaded?
Getting beheaded.
Why is that?
Just because it'd be like a quick, clean death. Like you wouldn't feel it for very long. Everything else, it sounds like long suffering.
Crazy though. You'd rather sharp pain, just get it over with?
Yeah, I mean, almost the second like the blade hits your neck, you wouldn't even feel it after that. You'd just be dead.
Yeah, and like imagine your parents looking at you and like seeing your head.
Okay, yeah, that'd be traumatizing for your parents in any of those scenarios though.
But like if you could choose to drown, then you'd like live a few minutes longer, you know?
Yeah, but you'd feel like the suffocation of drowning. You'd feel the water going into your lungs.
Yeah, I guess breathing in water.
And just knowing that there's no way out, whereas like you're just lying there and then you get beheaded and then you're just dead.
You don't have time to think about it.
No, you just die.
I always try to compare them, like which one's the best? Would you rather know when you die or how you die? That's another question that doesn't mean anything, but people ask all the time.
I don't know, like if you know when you die, then at least you can like plan out your life to the point where you die. True. But if you know how you die, you're gonna be waiting around your whole life to see like when that moment's gonna happen, and when that moment happens, you know you're gonna die. Yeah,
that's crazy. Because I think about it, like if you know when you die, you could optimize your whole life. Like you know, I have 15
that's
years
what I mean,
left.
Yeah.
But then if you don't know when you die, like you could always aim higher. Like there's no barrier.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's kind of my thinking. So I'd rather not know when I die. I think that's my final thought.
I don't know.
Not that this ever matters, but
I think I'd rather know when I die.
Really?
Yeah. And I could just plan out a life that makes sense. Like if I only live for 10 more years, then heck, I'm not gonna stay in school for the next like 7 of them. Like I'll drop out and like move to Cancun. I don't know.
I guess it's pretty smart. So when's your ideal death? What age?
Ideally, I mean, like everyone wants to live as long as they can, but it gets to a point where you don't even want to be alive. Like you don't want to be like 90 years old and need like assistant just getting out of bed.
Yeah, that's true. If you can't have sex anymore, what's the point of living, right?
Exactly.
Okay, we think the same. Oh, I got a good idea. Let's try this trick. Okay, can you hear this? Wait, talk on the mic.
Hello?
I find this filter so cool. People are probably tripping right now, but doesn't that sound sick? Because this like volume function is if you're wearing headphones, so you can hear how loud you are.
Yeah.
But we're not wearing headphones. Okay, sorry if that annoyed you guys. We forgot to play the intro. Oh my god. Welcome to the 1%. The 1%. Do you use Reddit often?
No.
I'm like starting to use it because Pewdiepie uses it so much.
Did you hear he's going off the internet?
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah, he's like quitting YouTube.
No, I just watched the video. That's so funny. Like that's what the news portrays him as.
Yeah.
Okay, he made a regular video and then at the end of it he said in 2020 I'm gonna take a little break. That's like literally word for word what he says. And then on the news, everyone's saying PewDiePie quits YouTube, the biggest YouTuber quits.
I know, but on the news, they're also like, we don't know why he's quitting. I guess all he said was he's taking a break.
All he said is, I'm taking a break.
But in all fairness, every YouTube star that I've ever heard say I'm taking a break has like not come back, or they just started something else and didn't go back to YouTube. They come back,
but they're not as relevant.
And dude's like worth like $15.5 million. Like he doesn't even need YouTube. Yeah,
he's worth a lot more.
He's worth that's like his annual income, I think. Like he's worth plenty. He doesn't need to keep doing YouTube.
I hate how the news talks about that. Like just their income and if they're quitting, like that's all the news cares about. And then
I mean that's the coolest stuff.
One news company gets it wrong, they say he's quitting, and then every other news company thinks they have the right to say the same thing.
That's
like,
true.
Oh, they fucked up, let's just copy them to get as many views. That's so annoying. It's crazy. I watched the video today. He was saying like how the news misportrayed him as always because he's just the biggest. They just pick on him. That's not cool. So I've been using Reddit kind of because like PewDiePie like reads a bunch of shit from Reddit and I like it. So one of the quote is, a murderer or robber has probably laughed at the news for inaccuracies.
I think that's pretty funny.
Like that's so clever if you think about it.
Like, yeah, you
commit a crime, they're like, oh yeah, you killed 2 people, and then you killed 5.
Like you'd want to say something just to prove them wrong, but that would be admitting you committed the murder.
You call a news company and stuff, but
yeah,
that's so interesting. And then a goalie's goal is to have no goals. Well, do you play sports?
I mean, yeah, I get it. That's funny.
You get it?
Yeah.
It's so clever. The stuff, like I think about it too much. I don't know. This is what excites me in life. I don't know why, but yeah. And then the other day, I was trying to think like, what's organic versus vegan? So vegan is no meat. Nothing like related to animals pretty much. And then organic is meat that is well ethically raised, right? Or is it
so like grass fed, like no antibiotics, no like
so no chemical
hormones
products. no unethical shit, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's interesting. I never knew the difference. But these days, like, what do you like about climate change?
What I like about climate change? None of it, I guess. Like, you don't like climate change. You want it. You want to fix it.
I really like how this year, like, all these YouTubers got with Mr. Beast and are planting 20 million trees. Right? Like, have you heard about that?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Oh my god. People that don't use YouTube are, like, so irrelevant these days. Okay, but... So, Mr. Beast, you've probably never heard of him. Oh my god. He's, like, the biggest YouTuber this year. But he pretty much said, like... So, they donate $1 and that plants one tree. And, like, they're trying to... Like, YouTube is so looked down upon. Like, people think of it as just for gaming, whatever, just for recipes. But these people, these YouTubers are trying to make a change for the world. So they set a goal all together to plant 20 million trees. So raising 20 million for the environment. And I think it's a really, like, cool thing because they're helping the planet. It looks good for YouTube's part. And, like, they're all helping each other out. And it's, like, a common goal we all want.
Yeah.
Like, 20 million won't fix, like, the entire planet. But it's definitely, like, enough to... show an impact and, like, you know, make a move in the right direction. I think that was really cool about this year.
Yeah, that's definitely very helpful. Who was it? What's the girl's name? The, like, 13-year-old?
Oh, yeah. Oh, she was huge this year.
She was named, like, best person.
She was named Person of the Year.
Person of the Year, that's what it was.
Oh, I don't know her name, but she's from, like, Sweden or whatever.
Yeah, like, why am I blanking on her name? I don't remember what it is.
Sofia Borga?
No. It's definitely not.
Okay. Yeah, but, yeah, that was really cool. It's kind of weird because she, like, there's a bit of drama, like, because she doesn't do anything to, like, save the planet, but she talks about it, and, like, there's people that actually take action, they go plant trees and stuff. But
that's true.
I think she's good for, like, our world. Like,
I think she's beneficial because she's actually speaking up. She's like a third party.
Yeah,
she speaks for all the people that aren't, like, government heads, the people who can actually make a change. She speaks for, like, everyone else who wants to make a change but just can't.
Yeah, and she goes to all these huge conventions.
Yeah, like the one in Madrid.
This summer, there was, like, the Environment Day or what?
I think so. I don't remember.
Did you go to that?
The climate change rally?
Yeah, climate change walk.
Yeah, that was earlier. That was in, like, September or something. I did go to, like, the beginning of that in Ottawa, yeah. Yeah,
and that was in, like, every city. That was really good for
that was really cool, yeah. Stuff. Really beneficial. But, like, what was it, the climate summit or something in Madrid was, like, it went on for, like, weeks on end, and they absolutely had, like, zero progress, and it was like the most frustrating thing ever. It was all, like, these, I don't know, these world leaders came to meet and they solved nothing. So it just proves, like, how they have no real impact on anyone if they can't agree on anything.
World leaders is kind of useless. I don't like how, like, politics are, but
yeah, I know, like, it frustrates.
It's how the world's set up. Everyone's different. Every country does their own thing.
Yeah,
like, they all have, like, different, like, visions too. Like, the US is all about defense and other countries care about other stuff.
Yeah, they all have different views.
Well, thanks for bringing your building experience. We should play Minecraft. Oh, I could show you what I build in Minecraft. Okay. You're an architect. You're probably going to laugh at me, but thanks for coming. Thanks, everyone listening at home, in your car, while working out, while doing dishes, or while taking a shower. It was a pleasure to have you. Leave down what you want us to talk about next episode or who you want me to have on the podcast, and I'll try my best. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for listening to the 1%.